Hi guys, my name is Nancy Loom and I am the Loom Detective. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make these flutterized pencil hugger / rings. So this you can make into a ring or a pencil hugger, and either one looks really cute. So this is it on the hand and then on the pencil, or in my case the hook. So I'm going to show you how to make this one in the tutorial, and this one I made before. And so this is actually made out of my Flutterized bracelet, which is a bracelet made of these butterflies going all the way around the wrist and into a bracelet, which I think is a really cool idea. I actually entered that into Claire's Wears contest, and I won 8th place out of 223 entries. So yeah, it was really good. And then I decided to make a little ring or a pencil hugger out of this because I know how much you guys really like my pencil huggers. So that's what I'll be showing you in this video, and it's a pretty simple design. So for those of you who are new loomers or something, all you really need to know is how to make a fishtail. And so I'm also doing something new with the background. I am doing a wood background this time. Like normally if you watch my videos, you'll know that I normally have a white background back here, so just let me know down below what you like better, if you like the wooden background or if you like the white background, because I really want to improve on my channel. And do you have any suggestions at all? It doesn't even have to be about the backgrounds. If, I don't know, if my camera's blurry or if you think I should change my thumbnails, just different things like that, just let me know, and I will try to improve my channel as much as I can. And I think that's it, so let's get on to see what supplies you need. So the supplies you will need to make this flutterized / butterfly ring and pencil hugger are your rainbow loom hook or a crochet hook, rubber bands. You will need approximately 56 bands for the butterfly part, like where I have pink right now. I'm going to use these, I don't remember what they're called, pearl, like turquoise and pink bands. They're the layered ones. I'm using those. And then you will also need bands for the inside of it, right here, and for the back. I'm using white. Well, it's actually glow-in-the-dark white. And you will need approximately 27 to 31 bands is what I used, because you will have the back be bigger if you want it for a ring. If you want it for a pencil hugger, you'll have the back be smaller. So that just makes a difference in the band count and then how tight you want your fishtails in here. So it's not that much of a difference, but just around those numbers of bands. And I think that's it. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So we're going to start by making the fishtails in the front, right here, and in the back. The ones that I did white in, again I'm doing white. So you can do fishtail on your loom, monster tail, or hook. I normally like doing it on my monster tail, but since I don't have that with me, I'm going to do it on my loom. And if you're doing this design, you probably should know how to do a fishtail. So you're going to make them, it doesn't really matter the size exactly, because with everybody it's going to be different. For me, we'll start with these ones. For this one, I used 10 bands on each side, and as you can see, it came out a little looser. Normally, I like my fishtails in the inside to be tight, so I'm going to do 8 bands on each side. Not a huge difference, but just enough. But if you like it this way, then go ahead and do 10 bands on each side. So you're going to be making 2 separate fishtails for this, however long you want them. I'm going to do 8 bands each, and I'm going to speed this up and get back to you when I am all done. Okay, so I have my 8-banded fishtail right there. I'm just gonna pick up both sides. And it really doesn't matter what you do with it now. You could put it on an extra hook, monster tail, you could slip knot the end, put a C-clip on it. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna slip knot the end of this one. Don't pull too tight though, because we don't want to stretch out the band. And now onto the second fishtail. And again, once you get it however big you want it, just pick up both ends and slip knot it, C-clip it, put it on your loom, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna set those aside for later. And now we're going to make the back. So on this one, I didn't do the looping right because this was the one where I figured out how to make it, but it will look regular when you make it. So for this, if you want to do it for a pencil, I would recommend doing about 7 or 8 bands because you want the thing to be pretty snug. And if you're doing a ring, I would take that little fishtail, however big you're making it, and pull it around your finger. However tight you want it, or whatever, because it goes right connected to the back here, and then has that little loop. So this one is 11 bands, and this one fits my finger comfortably. So just stretch the fishtail around your finger, and just imagine that you have your butterfly right there, because that's where it's going to be. So just go around the back of your finger, and the flat part of your finger is the spot where the butterfly is going to be. So that's how, if you're making the ring. The pencil hugger, I would just do 7 or 8 bands. See, my fishtail of 8 bands fits around pretty nicely. So I used 7 bands. I'm going to use 7 bands. And so now on to making that fishtail. And again, for the end of your next fishtail, pick up both ends, slip knot them, clip them, whatever. Put it to the side. And now we're going to go on to making the butterfly on our loom. So you'll want your loom standard configuration with this one peg down, one step. So it's like that. And you're gonna start with the arrows facing up. And we're actually gonna start up here on our loom, so that way when we do the cap band, it's already at the end. It just makes it a lot easier. So you're gonna go 4 pegs down, right here, and we're gonna start placing our butterfly bands. So you're gonna take your band, gotta get mine unstuck. So, I have my band. And go the 4th peg down, and go to the right, to the left, and then you're going to go up. And then you're going to make a starburst pattern. So you start in the middle, go over to the right, go back to the middle, and go down, and again, from the middle all the way around. Just like what you do in a normal starburst pattern. So you have that. So it actually looks like a little flower. There, you can see it a little better there. Looks like a flower. And that is your actually butterfly pattern. And so now we're going to put our little fishtails in there. So you have your little fishtails that are 2 of the same. And you're going to very carefully undo the slip knot or pick them up from wherever you did them. Put your hook through those 2 loops. So you have your fishtail right there. You can do the same with the other one at the same time, might as well. Right there, put your loops through it. So you have your 2 little fishtails right there. So your fishtails are on your hook, and you're going to take those loose ends and you put it right down at the end of this flower of both fishtails. So you just drop it down there. And then put the other one right there. Right there. So you have it like sticking out right there. It looks a little funny, but it's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Take your band, stretch it out, and put the cap band right there at the end. Make sure it's straight. You want it to be straight. So you take the cap band, put it up there, like that. You're all probably thinking, okay, this is really weird. This does not look anything like a butterfly. Don't worry, it gets better. Just wait a little longer. Now we're going to start looping and adding the sides. So you're going to take a band and put it right here and cap it. This band is going to be on this side of your butterfly, so if you don't want it sticking up from the other side, I would do the same color as the fishtails and wrap it around 3 times. If you don't care, then it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to wrap mine around 3 times. 2, 3 times. You have 3 loops. And now we're going to start looping. So you're going to take your hook, reach behind all of those bands, get that bottom band, pull it up to the next band, and then you're going to reach into that middle one, grab the top band, which should go over to your right, and then you're going to stop looping. Don't do any more. And then now we're going to be adding on the wings. So get the color you're using for the top wings. I'm using the same color for the whole thing. You can change the colors, it does not really matter. And you're going to get your loom, put your hook inside this, and stick it out. Now we're going to do a hook only fishtail. So if you already know how to do that, go ahead and get started. If not, I will show you. It's pretty simple. Take 2 bands, pull it inside. So you have your 2 bands on the hook, and you're going to want to have the outside ones ready. And normally the outside ones are looser, so this may not make sense right now, but it will in just a little bit. So you're going to take 1 band, put it on your hook, pull it through all of those bands, and you're going to pick up the outside 2 bands along with the one you just pulled through. So it looks like that. And you just keep doing this, really. I'll show you again. So you put it on your hook, pull it through all the bands like you would a regular single chain, but instead of putting it back on your hook, you're going to pick up the 2 outside bands, which should be the loosest bands. And so you're going to do that. You're going to use 11 bands for this fishtail, and on the last time when you're pulling the 11th band through, just pull it through all of the bands and put it back on your hook. So I'm just going to speed this up. So that was my 10th band and the 11th one. I had to pull it all the way through, put it back on. So now you're going to take this fishtail, you're going to put it down right here. Make sure it's straight, and you're going to take the 2 edges, put it down right there. So it looks like that. And now we're going to turn around and do this side. So before you can start looping the fishtail, we need to have the band looped over here. So you're going to go back into this middle pin, grab the top band, I can't seem to grab it. Okay, the top band, move it over to the right. Again, grab the top band, move it up. This is just like the starburst pattern, so it just goes counterclockwise right there. Yep. Then move it over to the left, and then grab the last band and move it over there. And now you're going to take this top band right here and move it back into the middle. Okay? And now we can make this fishtail. So you can do the same thing you did before. Put your hook in, grab the bands, put your hook out, take 2 bands, pull it through, pull it like that. Make sure you have the outside ones on the outside, like that. Just gonna put that right back on the hook. Take another band, pull it through, pull it through right there. Pick up the outside bands. They may have gotten a little twisted, so just make sure you're picking two sides up of the same band. And then again, just keep doing that. You pull a band through and pick up the two outside loops and put it back onto your hook right there. And then you do this till you do it 11 times, and on the 11th one you pull the band through totally. This is my 10th one, and then the 11th one you just pull through all of the bands. Put the end back on your hook, and now you're going to make sure your fishtail is straight and put the two ends on this next peg right there. Do it like that. And now we're going to go back into the middle, grab the band and pull it out. Okay, and now we're going to add our little piece that connects it. Whoops. Our piece that connects it and makes it into a ring or a pencil hugger. And so you're going to have that piece ready. You should have already made it before. And so you're going to undo the slip knot or whatever you did to hold it in there. So you have the two little loops on one end and the cap band on the other. And you're just going to take the loops and put it on top of that peg. Take these loops, put it on top of that peg. Doesn't matter which side gets which, as long as it's on these two pegs, which are the third up. And now we're going to work on making the next fishtails. So go ahead and, well, I'm just going to turn my loom to one side. You don't necessarily have to turn your loom to a side. You're going to put your hook in here. Make sure you have all the bands on it and bring it around to the other side like that. Grab two more bands. Put it on the end of your hook. Pull it through very carefully like that. Make sure you have all the bands on there. And then you have it right here. Now you can take another band, pull it through, and grab the two outside loops, put them back on your hook, so you have 4 right there. And then you just keep doing that again until you have 11, and the 11th one you pull through all the bands. So that's the 10th one, and the 11th one you just pull through all of the bands. Now that you have your fishtail, you're going to make sure it's straight and put it on the next peg. So it looks like that, and now we're going to go to the side and do the same thing. Another fishtail. So put your hook into this peg, reach out, make sure you have all the bands right there. Take 2 bands, put it on your hook, put the other end on your hook, grab another band. Man, all these bands are sticking together. Grab another band, pull it through, grab the 2 outside loops. So then you have 4 on your hook. You just keep doing that, pulling a band through, picking up the outside loops. Mine got a little caught in there somewhere. And twist it a bit. And again, on the 11th one, you pull through all of the bands. So that's the 10th one. Take one more band, pull it through, all those bands. Put it back on your loop, hook on your loop. And then you're going to go and put it on this peg. Make sure it's straight and put the two ends on that peg. So that's what it looks like right now. Zoom out a little bit for you. And now we're going to finish looping up and then we'll be done. Yay! So you're going to go in, grab this bottom band, pull it up. Then you're going to go from the sides, reach in, grab the bottom band, pull it in towards the middle, reach in, grab the bottom band, and pull it in towards the middle, right there. So you have that right there. You're going to want to check on the side and look in to see if you missed looping anything, because if you did, it will fall apart. And that's most of the reasons why people's projects fall apart, because they missed a band or something. So always be sure to check that. And so it looks like I'm all looped up, and now I'm going to put my hook right in here, stick it out. I'm going to grab a band, and this one you will probably want to weave in, so I would do it the color as your fishtails. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway. You could also do it the color of your butterfly and weave it in with the butterfly. But my butterfly color is is one of those pearl bands, so it's stiffer and it's harder to weave in. So you're going to stick your hook out of all those bands, grab a band, pull it in and out, side the hook, put it on the hook right there, grab it, make a slip knot, pull it tight, and then take this off your loom. These are actually really cool, I think, for like school and stuff. I mean, you could put these on your pencils and be like one of the only kids in your class with cool pencils. Yeah. Okay, my loom just like collapsed. So it will look like this. And you're probably thinking, what? Are you kidding me? I did all this work for this floppy thing. So you will want to stretch things out a little bit and move your fishtails around. Stretch it. When you do it, you probably want to pull this band right here over the fishtails a little bit, just so it doesn't stick out as much. And my fishtails are a little stretched out because I had them stretched out on the loom for almost 2 weeks because I was right in the middle of filming and I wasn't able to finish it in time, and then I left for camp and I was gone for a whole week after that. Then I hadn't had time to film after that till just now, so my bands are a little stretched out, but yours shouldn't be. I mean, yours should be doing fine right now. And just, you know, stretch it out a little bit. Even it out, I guess I would say. Yeah, even it out. So, there you have your flutterized pencil huggers / rings. And it stays right there. So like that. Again, you will want to even these out a little bit. Not quite finished with mine yet. And then this one has a ring. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and if you make this, hashtag it to the Loom Detective, or you can tag me in the picture or in the description box, and also hashtag it to Flutterized. You'll see how to spell that right there, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!